that this is the beginning of a bullish consolidation pattern. And with the elections, I still think you're going to at least pierce this 74,000 and actually push up maybe as high as 75,500.
Bitcoinzilla stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoinzilla today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's discuss these topics and more.
Here's my levels on Ethereum, guys. This is a bigger bear flag, classic bear flag. Unless it can get above and confirm above 2,800, this is really bearish, guys. A horrendous performance considering what the market has done in terms of, basically, crypto. You got all coins suffering. I mean, some of them have bounced, but for the most part, it's pretty nasty. Speaking of which, guys, remember Wolf? Wolf was that one that I gave you guys at $8, and it was a wedge pattern breakout. In fact, I can draw that wedge on again here. I believe it was right down here. It's a beautiful wedge rip higher, 100% mover on Wolf. Well, Maker is already, so this is a trade I gave to Smart Money crypto members that were in. But look at this, guys. Look, same exact pattern, and look at the rip. Amazing. Then this should probably go higher too, but obviously it's getting a little bit long in the tooth here. But this is just a great example. This is one of my favorite patterns recently to trade on these beaten down stocks or cryptos. When you have this tight wedge, when they close above, it's like a jailbreak. Boom, to the upside they go. Very cool chart. Again, that's Maker in the crypto sphere. All right, let's go to gold real quick, guys. Gold continues to kind of just pull back fractionally. Notice again my parallel, the high pivots here, connected to the high pivots here, connect perfectly. We bring the line down to the low, extend it out, and we're right at that high. You are getting a little pullback on gold today, but for the most part, I don't expect anything major until after the election. After the election, I could see us pulling back, maybe back to, like I think I said to you guys, 2,600 would be an area of interest, and then 2,500 would be massive support. I'd be a buyer, pretty heavy buyer, probably at 2,500 if we got a pullback in that range. All right, silver today just continues to underperform in the short term. We'll see where it is over the next week or two. But again, you can see it couldn't take out this high, even though gold took out the highs yesterday. It's kind of coming down. Support here at 32.50, then 29. Resistance at 35.50 to 36. Oil continues to be a lackluster player here, inching up a little bit, but still in the lower ranges. If I zoom out on this chart, look at how, basically at 52-week multi-year lows right down here. By the way, if this line breaks at 65, that's really bad. That would be a huge breakdown. Notice how many times it's hit, bounced, hit, bounced, hit. You can see the more it hits, the weaker that line becomes. And this, if we break here, you're going to $50 at least. And I ultimately have my downside target in the closer to $38 to $40 range. But remember, I've gone on record and said, hey, listen, let's not get too carried away. Let's just say $50 as a target for 2025. I don't want to pigeonhole myself too much, but I think maybe by 2026, easily down to the $37, $38 level here. Pretty crazy. Natural gas, guys, take a look here. Natural gas not doing a whole lot, inching down just a little bit. There's really nothing to do here. Could you be creating a shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, head, shoulder? Maybe, but it's not at the lows of the chart. Then again, maybe this is a bigger inverse head and shoulders. So listen, there's nothing at this point on this chart that gets me too excited. I'm going to keep my eyes open. But again, as of now, I don't see much there. This is the S&P 500 here, the SPY pre-market. This is where we were at 4 in the morning when the futures or the spiders opened. A little bit of a drop, down pretty significantly. Now, we have floated back up off of those lows and then come back in just a little bit. The big kicker today is this. Jobless claims, remarkable. 216,000 versus 230 expected. If you remember, just recently, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were basically at 250,000 people filing for unemployment on a weekly basis or greater. So this shows us that the economy, at least layoff-wise, continues to be pretty darn strong. And that is something that we have to pay attention to here, because what it does is we have to ask that question, right? We have to ask the question of, is the Fed going to cut 25 basis points next week? Because remember, that Fed meeting is next week, folks, and it's coming up fast, the day after the elections. I mean, imagine if we don't, and very likely we will not know about who won the elections, and then you're going to have a Fed decision that very day, the Wednesday after the Tuesday election. It could be really, really volatile, and it's one of my cases for why I think Bitcoin in the short term is about to turn higher again and rally to about 75,500 going into Tuesday or on Tuesday. And I also think gold, which I'm generally short-term bearish on, I still don't think it's going to pull back now until at least we get through that election.
Bitcoin recently dropped over 6%, prompting analysts to eye support levels around $65,000 to $69,000. Key events including the U.S. elections and FOMC meeting could lead to further volatility. BTC's drop to $69,000 aligns with broader market corrections and pre-election caution. Analysts like Michael Van de Poppe see $65,000 as critical, with possible $60,000 retests. U.S. election outcomes and interest rate decisions may lead to high volatility. BTC's support sits between $68,005 and $70,000, a historically strong zone. Binance order books show significant bid support around $69,000, indicating stability. Robert Kiyosaki, financial educator and author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, voiced strong support for the Bitcoin standard, highlighting Bitcoin's scarcity as a hedge against inflation. Kiyosaki tweeted support for Bitcoin, noting how its scarcity could make the price of life accessible to everyone. He argues fiat devaluation has eroded wealth, while Bitcoin's supply cap promotes value preservation. Followers echoed his sentiment, seeing BTC as a way to empower individuals against economic instability. Despite his BTC support, Kiyosaki avoids ETF, believing direct BTC ownership aligns with his principles.
Lastly, guys, I know there's so many earnings out there that I haven't gotten to. I know Robinhood, you guys are a big fan of Robinhood here. Robinhood getting hit on earnings here. And again, I apologize for not getting to every chart. I'm running low on time here. But again, look at the Robinhood chart, vertical. From this low on August 5th, it was $13 and change, up 100%. So what do you think the probability was going into earnings that it would continue to go up? Was it more than 50% that it was going to rally on earnings or less? And we should all be answering it was less, right? When you rally 100% up into earnings, it's factoring in not just good earnings, but phenomenal earnings, almost unattainable earnings. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so skeptical of the Carvana move, and I think it's going to come down, is because, the stock's literally up the same amount, 400% this year, 420% per the levels. So in my opinion, you're going to see most, and remember, it's all probability. So Carvana could be the outlier. It could be that 1 or 2 times out of 10 that it doesn't work out, and it can go higher. But the point being is that this game is not about luck. It's really about probability. And if we can be good at probability using the charts, sure, we're going to take losses on trades. There's no doubt about it. I continue to this very day to have losses, but I win a lot more than I lose, and that is the name of the investing game.
Cardano's price surged 8.5% following the 2024 Cardano Summit and U.S. jobs data, sparking interest in ADA as markets anticipate favorable economic conditions. ADA benefited from announcements made at the Cardano Summit, including notable partnerships. Joe's Bitcoinos partnership could bring $1.3 trillion in Bitcoin liquidity to Cardano. A steady job market and rate cut expectations support ADA's upward momentum. If ADA breaks above the 50-week EMA, it could target the 200-week EMA by year-end. ADA's multi-year trendline suggests a 35% potential gain if bullish momentum continues. With just 4 days left until the U.S. 2024 election, the latest prediction market data paints a shifting landscape. Former President Donald Trump's odds have taken a downturn, while Vice President Kamala Harris is enjoying an upswing in her chances. Bitcoin could skyrocket to record highs if Trump wins the election, driven by pro-crypto policies, deregulation, and surging investor demand, predicts DeVere Group's CEO. Bitcoin is soaring once again, but Bitcoin.com CEO Corbin Fraser wishes to remind everyone that with its unique set of driving forces, Bitcoin is on a long-term trajectory to reshape the global economy. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.